Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back with me, Tia Kerin. In this video, we are adhering the chapter is NFS server and client. Alright, today I will be explaining a number of main topics. First, NFS concept, file sharing and installation. Second, practice and NFS server and NFS client, read-only mode. Then, practice NFS server and NFS client, read and write mode. After that, setting NFS to be permanent. And yep, let's jump straight into the first topic to get to know the concept of NFS server and NFS client. Okay guys, in this section, we will learn about file sharing on server. In Linux, there are two types of servers currently available that we can use. 1. NFS, standard for Linux file sharing or Linux to Linux. 2. Samba, standard for Windows or file sharing Linux to Windows. We will learn about NFS servers. Before we begin, allow me to explain the topology scenario we will using. We will try to configure the NFS server on server 1 Debian and NFS client on the Ubuntu client. Ubuntu client and server 1 will be connected to share file or folders using NFS. This means both the Ubuntu desktop and server 1 will have several folders and can be accessed simultaneously or according to the NFS configuration. Next we will install NFS on server 1. Just a quick note before installing NFS, please ensure the virtual machine you are using has internet access. Okay, access server 1 via remote connection. Enter passphrase. Since server 1 is running Debian, switch to root first using sumin. After that, run the command to install NFS by typing. Wait for the process and when prompted, press Y and wait until the installation is complete. Okay guys, up to here, this lesson is finished. Next, in this second lesson, we will create a directory or file on the NFS server with read-only status. When the client accesses it, they can only view the file or directory created by the server. Nah, stay in the server 1 console, then create any directory under the root directory using /enter and populate it with a file. To create a directory type mkdir/nfs1, enter nfs1, enter touch file 1.txt, enter. After successful creating the directory and adding a file inside, we will share this directory using NFS. To do this, edit the /etc/exports file. Before that, go back to the root directory using cd/, and type at the following line /nfs1, press tab twice, 1, 2, arteries, RO. Save it using Ctrl X, Y, enter. Apply the change with the command sudo systemctl restart NFS mean kernel mean server. Oh sorry, not sudo. Okay, enter. Next, we will access the directory shared from server 1 using NFS from the Ubuntu desktop client side. On the client side, install the NFS client package or NFS command. Enter. Enter password. Press Y. We can wait. After installing the package, view the folder and file shared by the NFS server with sudo enter. You will see directory /nfs1 directory listed with a asterisk, meaning any IP can view this directory. Next, let's access the directory. First, create the new directory using sudo mkdir folder 1. Enter. To mount the shared contents from the NFS server, mount it using enter. After running this command, all contents of /nfs1 will be accessible inside folder 1. Open the file manager on the Ubuntu client. Click plus other location, Ubuntu, and open folder 1. You will see the shared file from the NFS1 directory. If you try to open and edit the file by adding text, and we try save, look, if you try to open and edit the file with adding text, it will fail because this lesson is configured as read-only access. At this stage, we have completed this lesson. Let's move on to the next section. Okay, in this section, we will configure the NFS server to share file using read-write permission. Stay in the remote server 1 session and create a directory name NFS2. The command is the same as before, mkdir /nfs2. Enter. After creating directory NFS2, share it with the Ubuntu client by editing /etc/exports nano. Enter. Nah, below the previous read-only directory /nfs1 configuration, add nfs /nfs2. Press tab twice. 1, 2, press IP 172.16.1.0/24 and read write science no root. This configuration allows only client within that IP subnet to access NFS2 in read and write mode. Ctrl X, Y, enter. Once verified, restart the service. Apply systemctl restart NFS kernel server. Enter. Go to the Ubuntu client console and run sudo sudo min-i id. Enter. You will see that the new entry has been added. Next, create a directory on the client to access NFS2. Sudo mkdir folder 2. Mount it using sudo mount NFS2 folder 2. Enter. Now we test the setup. Science NFS2 is currently empty. Trying running sudo touch. Now we test the setup. Science NFS2 currently empty. Trying running sudo touch file 2.txt. Enter. and ls, enter. It works because this directory has read and write permission. In contrast, if we try to add a file inside folder 1, cd folder 1, enter. We try sudo touch file1a .txt, enter. Look, a system warning will appear stating that the folder is a read-only file system. That demonstrates the difference between the two configurations. After that, the NFS configuration performed previously are temporary, meaning if the Ubuntu client reboots, all mounts configuration will be lost. To make them permanent, we will configure the system accordingly in the installation, setting NFS to be permanent. Open the Ubuntu client, run sudo nano /etc/fs tab, enter. Add the following lines using the NFS server IP address 10.10.10.2 /nfs1, press tab twice /folder1, press tab twice, NFS, press tab twice, netdev, and enter. 10.10.10.2 /nfs2, tab twice, tab twice, and tab twice. Save the file using Ctrl X, Y, enter. Run the sudo mount min a to apply and make the mount setting permanent, enter. Now test the persistence. Without this configuration, rebooting the Ubuntu client will remove the mounted drives. Reboot the Ubuntu client to verify if the permanent setting works. Restart. After rebooting, open the terminal, navigate to root using cd/, enter, and check with sudo show mount min e 10.10.10.2, enter, press enter password, enter. Checking the mounts directly confirms the configuration. ls, enter. cd folder 1 ls. The files in folder 1 remain mounted. Now check folder 2, cd/folder 2, enter, and ls. Okay, the content appears properly, confirming that the NFS sharing configuration is now permanent. That concludes the explanation for this chapter. Alright guys, that wraps up our tutorial on this chapter. I hope this video was helpful and easy to understand. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.